approximately 10 minutes away. I'd like to take a moment to mark your programs. I'll give you the changes as we have them. There are a few scratches and a number of driver changes. In the second race, number 2, Libero Hanover, make the driver Aaron Johnston. Aaron Johnston will drive number 2, Libero Hanover in the second. In the fourth race, number 5, Iridia Hanover, make the driver Aaron Johnston. Aaron Johnston picks up the driver on the 5, Iridia Hanover in the fourth. Race number 7, take out the 3, Irish Rocket. Irish Rocket has been scratched from the 7th race. Also in the 7th race, number 5, Chatty Devon. Driver should read Brady Brown. Brady Brown in from the Meadows to drive Chatty Devon. In the 8th race, take out the 5, Exuberant Gal. Number 5, Exuberant Gal, has been scratched from the 8th race. In the 9th race, the 4, Beplosive Matter, has been scratched. Once again, take out the 4, Beplosive Matter from the 9th race. In the 10th race, number 4, Integer, driver should read Wyatt Long. Wyatt Long will drive the 4, Integer. And in the 12th and final race, number 3, Papa Cheese. Driver should read Aaron Johnston. Aaron Johnston will drive Papa Cheese in the 12th race. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as we're about to begin the program, we ask that you please rise. This is our national anthem. ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the second of a very special two-day harness racing event here at the Gratz Fairgrounds. Today we welcome the sophomore class of 2020, that is the 3-year-old trotters and pacers involved in county fair harness racing. These events are hosted by our good friends here at the Gratz Fairgrounds. The race secretary is David Wiest. Keeping things nailed down in the office there, his wife Deb. Presiding judge for the meet, and from the Meadowlands, is Mickey Peterson. The official timers for the meeting is Gratz's own PA, that is Paul Adams, as well as the Muncie Cowboy Jim Danko. Our starter and patrol judge is Clarence Martin Jr. Keeping things official, our photo finish expert Gretchen Lynn Scott. On hand today, for the benefit of all horsemen, charting the races is Darla DiCarlo. We certainly appreciate her participation in the program. Spreading the news on the World Wide Web, Seth Dowling with the live stream. We'd also like to thank the Pennsylvania Harness Racing Commission there in town, doing their best to keep us all on a level playing field, and we certainly appreciate their participation as well. 12 races on today's card. We're ready to get the ball rolling here. We're looking for Needham Hanover, Bebop Benally, Life's Marvelous, Gnome Hanover, Full Send, and Gypsy Story. You can bring them right on out. Thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the horses are on the track and post-parade for the first race of the afternoon. This is the one and only division of the Pennsylvania Sire Stake for 3-year-old pacing colts in Group A. A race for a purse of $7,950, number 1, Needham Hanover, owned by Richard Gillock, Bell Vernon, Pennsylvania, handled by Sean Johnston. The 2, Bebop Benally, owned by LeBlanc Racing Incorporated, Felton, Delaware, Count the Money stable along with Billy Lutz Jr. from Clinton, Pennsylvania, and it is Roger Hammer at the wheel. The 3, Life's Marvelous, owned by Vicki Lynn Fair, Bedford, Pennsylvania, Brandon Smith will drive. The 4 is Gnome Hanover, owned by Todd Shadle, Spring Glen, Pennsylvania, Timmy Hayes and Megan Moschkow from Hanover, Pennsylvania, being guided by regular pilot Todd Shadle. The 5, Full Send, owned by Chesapeake Equine Clinic Incorporated, Lincolnville, Maine, Aaron Johnston in the sulky. Rounding out the field, number 6, Gypsy Story, owned by Bob Key, Leechburg, Pennsylvania. Corey Chrysler up to drive. 6 3-year-old pacing colts. These are some hard hitters, ladies and gentlemen, away on their first and only score. There went Gypsy Story. Here we get a good look at Bip Bop and Alley for Roger Hammer. Sean Johnson with Needham, Hanover. Aaron Johnson, Full Send. Brandon Smith, Life's Marvelous. And Todd Shader with Nome, Hanover.
8-6 is going to be shot.
For the opener, now making their way down the backside. Starter Junior Martin will sort them out and get them ready for the start. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's where the battle begins. The one and only division of the Pennsylvania Sire Stake for 3-year-old pacing colts up and in position now to gate some motion. From Morale out, Needham, Hanover, Sean Johnson alongside Hammer guides the 2, Bip Bop and Alley. Runway 3, Life's Marvelous for Brandon Smith, further out, Nome, Hanover, and Todd Shadle. Runway 5, the hard-hitting Full Send for Aaron Johnston, out on the rim, Gypsy Story and Corey Chrysler. 6 3-year-old pacing colts revved up, ready, here they come. No, sweet start. Bip Up and Alley down along the inside, away quickest the ball. Nome Hanover being hustled away in the center track, far outside, Full Send in full stride. 3 across the track as they skid around the lower bend. Watching the action from the pocket for it, that is Life's Marvelous. And it's a Needham Hanover, and the trailer is Gypsy Story. They're like a swarm of bees down the backside. Bip Bop and Alley, and Roger Hanover up on the front. Pressure coming in the early stages from Nome Hanover. Life's Marvelous for Brandon Smith in the pocket third. Full Send second over there, fourth with Needham Hanover. 28 seconds flat. Bip Bop and Alley gliding along here. Pressure from Nome Hanover. These 2 met strides around the far turn. And Watson from third. That's Life's Marvelous. Full Send well placed on the outside there for Aaron Johnson. Then it's Needham Hanover in with a chance. He's fifth, but he's just 3 off of the lead. The leader is Bip Bop and Alley. Nome Hanover won't go away. Radis throat second. Life's Marvelous gliding along in the pocket third. Alongside Full Send is fourth. And Needham Hanover's got plenty of pony. He's got some room. 57 and 1, sizzling around the Gratz over here. Bip Bop and Alley. There's been no letter from Nome Hanover. Still just ahead away. Life's Marvelous is begging for a seam. Third, Full Send is yet to pull the trigger for fourth. Even Hanover can't stay with him, and Gypsy Story is at the end. Then midway down the backside, and it's Bip Bop and Alley. Nome Hanover under a drive on the outside, right there with him. And then it's Life's Marvelous, and Full Send is backing off a bit here today. But Bip Bop and Alley is all business on the front end here. Nome Hanover going a ridiculous miles, just a half a length away and gaining ground at the top of the stretch. Bip Bop and Alley under a stiff drive. Nome Hanover just keeps coming. Bip Bop and Alley digging deep at the line, and it's going to be tight, but it's going to be Bip Bop and Alley. Stands. Winner of the first race wearing the blue saddle pad number 2, please welcome Bip Bop and Alley. 3-year-old bay gelding by Art Speak out of the good mare Lawrence Sand. Owned by LeBlanc Racing Incorporated, Felton, Delaware, Count the Money Stable, along with Billy Lutz Jr. from Clinton, Pennsylvania. Trained by Roger Hammer and driven to victory in a time of 1:55 and 4, new lifetime mark by Roger Hammer. Results of the first official, the 1 Needham Hanover finished 5th. The 2 Bip Bop and Alley race winner. 3 Life's Marvelous finished 3rd. The 4 Nome Hanover was 2nd. The 5 Full Send finished 4th. The 6 Gypsy Story finished 6th. The fractions were opening quarter in 28 seconds flat. They went by the half in 57 and 1. 3 quarters in 1:26. The time for the mile was 1:55 and 4. From the top down, it's read 5:1:3, 2:4:6 on the bottom. The time for the mile, 1:55 and 4. And now, ladies and gentlemen, horses are on the track and post parade for the second race of the afternoon. This is the one and only division of the Pennsylvania Sire Stake for three-year-old trotting colts and geldings in Group A. They'll go for a purse of $7,950. Number one, Focus Pocus, owned by Tony and Linda Shadle, Sacramento, Pennsylvania, and it is Tony Shadle at the wheel. The two is Libero Hanover, owned by Bruce Shadle from nearby Sacramento, Pennsylvania. Aaron Johnston picks up the drive. The three, Stickler Hanover, owned by Virginia and Kathy Scheffel, Evans City, Pennsylvania. Brady Brown in to drive. The four is Flame Lamont, owned by Greg and Sue Callahan, Chicora, Pennsylvania. Nick and Amber's Sensen friend from Chicora, Pennsylvania. Sean Johnston drives. The five, No Name Yankee for owner driver Roger Hammer, Bedford, Pennsylvania. And riding out the field, number 6, Manhattan Up, No Ice, owned and trained and driven today by Todd Shadle. 6 3-year-old trotting colts, way on their first and only score. Trotters away on their first and only score. Here you get a good look at Stickler Hanover for Brady Brown. Manhattan Up, No Ice, Libero Hanover, and No Name Yankee. Flame Lamont, last the score, Focus Pocus. 6 3-year-old trotting colts making their way to the backside where starter Clarence Martin Jr. will sort them out. Get them ready for the start. Some very talented 3-year-old trotting colts now slip into position to gate some motion. From the rail out, it's Focus Pocus for Tony Shadle alongside Aaron Johnston guides the 2, Libero Hanover. The runway 3, Stickler Hanover for Brady Brown. Further out comes Flame Lamont for Sean Johnston. Runway 5, No Name Yankee, Roger Hammer out on the rim. Manhattan Up, No Ice, where's the 6 for Todd Shadle. The gate swings into the stretch. The real trotting colts, sire here in the great state of Pennsylvania, revved up, ready, here they come, off stride to start, Stickler Hanover. Now, Libero Hanover down on the inside, gunning for the front, far outside, Manhattan Up, No Ice away, quick as the ball, and Manhattan Up, No Ice clears to the lead with Libero Hanover second, off stride was No Name Yankee. Focus Pocus comes away in third with Flame Lamont there fourth. Then it's Stickler Hanover, and trying to regain his composure is No Name Yankee. Scattered Bunch taking it down the back lane, being led here by Manhattan Up, No Ice. The lead is 3. Libero Hanover inching closer now, second with Focus Pocus right there with him in third. Then it's Flame Lamont and big gap back to Stickler Hanover, and No Name Yankee trails. 30-1 for the opening quarter. Manhattan Up, No Ice showing the way. And now Tony Shadle gets an ocean, puts it in motion, and guides Focus Pocus to the outside, up and after the leader. Watching the action from the pocket third, that's Libero Hanover, Flame Lamont next in line fourth. Trying to get back into it, it's Stickler Hanover, the trailer No Name Yankee. Manhattan Up, No Ice, matching strides with Focus Pocus. These two races a team into the lower turn. A half, 101, 1/5. Raging in the pocket third, that is Libero Hanover, Flame Lamont in with a big chance fourth. Stickler Hanover closing down with every stride fifth, and then it's No Name Yankee at the end. They skid off the turn in for that long ride down the backside. Manhattan Up, No Ice, Focus Pocus backing off a bit. Libero Hanover in with a big chance there. Third off stride was Flame Lamont. Stickler Hanover being nudged along fourth and gaining, and then it's a no-name Yankee. 3/4 and 130 and 4. Manhattan up, no ice. Heavy pressure once again from Focus Pocus. These two match strides around the far bend. Liberal Hanover still in with a chance third. Then it's Stickler Hanover, no Nicky top of the stretch. And it's Focus Pocus sticks a head up on the outside. Manhattan up, no ice. Battling back on the inside, but Focus Pocus, the toughest of them all. Focus Pocus in front. And 4/5, and time for the mile was 2 minutes and 3/5. From the top down, it should read 1:34.652 on the bottom. Time for the mile, 2 minutes and 3/5. And the Barnell Now, ladies and gentlemen, the horses are on the track at post break for the third race of the afternoon. This is the first of two divisions of the Pennsylvania Sire State for three-year-old pacing fillies in Group A. Will go for a purse of $5,375. Number one is Rock and Roll Cadence, owned by Deb Schofield, 11 City, Pennsylvania, Tom Taylor, Butler, Pennsylvania, and Brooke Dumont from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The driver is Sean Johnston. The two is RT Don't Speak, owned by Brocious Racing Stable Incorporated of Rochester Mills, Pennsylvania. In the sulky sits Wayne Long. The three, Precious Chess, owned by Joe Gratz, Quakertown, Pennsylvania, being guided this afternoon by a regular pilot, Billy Carter. The four, Artistic Spirit, owned by Brad and Hannah Ernst, Springfield, Pennsylvania. John David Abrams from Bryn Mawr, Pennsylvania. Aaron Johnston gets the call. Running out the field, number 5, Dream Dancing, owned by Mitch York, Cranberry, Pennsylvania, Dave Brickle, Spicksburg, Pennsylvania, and it is Dave Brickle at the wheel. First of two divisions of the Sire State for three-year-old pacing fillies away on their first and only score. There goes Dream Dancing for Dave Brickle. Rock and Roll Cadence for Shawnee Johnson. Artistic Spirit and Aaron Johnson. Billy Carter on board Precious Chess. Wayne Long with RT, Don't Speak. 5 3-year-old pacing fillies making their way to the backside where starter Clarence Martin Jr. will sort them out and get them ready for the start. Pacing fillies up and in position now to go to motion. From the rail out, Rock and Roll Cadence with Sean Johnston alongside Wayne Long guides the two. RT Don't Speak. In the middle, Precious Chess for Billy Carter wears the 3 alongside. Artistic Spirit wears the 4 for Aaron Johnston. Out on the rim, the 5, Dream Dancing and Dave Brickle. The gate swings into the stretch. First of two divisions of three-year-old pacing fillies, revved up and ready now. Here they come. No, sweet start. Artistic Spirit being hustled away on the outside. Rock and Roll Cadence down along the rail. These two dive into the turn. Precious Chess away in third. Dream Dancing a little away fourth. The early twirler. RT Don't Speak. Please get off the turn into the backside. Now Aaron Johnson clears to the front with Artistic Spirit. Rock and Roll Cadence sits the pocket second. Precious Chess are well spotted there in third, followed by Dream Dancing fourth, and RT Don't Speak. Tightly done bunch field, 6 lanes front to back, being led here by Artistic Spirit. 29 and 4 for the opening quarter. Sitting a loose pocket second, that is Rock and Roll Cadence, followed by Precious Chess third. Another length and a half to Dream Dancing. At the end, it's RT Don't Speak. In the dray around the far bend there, an Artistic Spirit comfortable on the front end here. Aaron seems to have that one settled down. Rock and Roll Cadence drafts along second. Now Billy Carter gets the notion, puts it in motion, takes Precious Chess to the outside. Picking up the cover, that is Dream Dancing, then it's RT Don't Speak. A half, a minute, 4-4. So Artistic Spirit being joined on the outside by Precious Chess. Watching the action from the pocket there, that's Rock and Roll Cadence, Dream Dancing, well placed fourth with the live cover there, and then it's RT Don't Speak as they skid off the turn into the backside. Artistic Spirit, the whip is up on that one. Precious Chess right at its right second, taking a peek 3 wide and chewing up some racetrack. Here comes Dream Dancing. Battle rages down the backside. Artistic Spirit under a drive. Dream Dancing now ranging up alongside. These two are going to slug it out with Rock and Roll Cadence third. RT Don't Speak finds her best ride as Precious Chess backs off. 3/4 and 130 and 3, and it's Artistic Spirit digging deep for Aaron Johnson. Dream Dancing coming at her with everything she's got. It's Dream Dancing returns first, battling back. It's Artistic Spirit. RT Don't Speak late pace. Dream Dancing short lead. Artistic Spirit. Dream Dancing in front. number 5. Please welcome Dream Dancing. Sharp 3-year very Philly by a rock and roll dance. The good mare Clearly Foxy. Owned by Mitchell York, Cranberry, Pennsylvania. Dave Brickle, Spicksburg, Pennsylvania. Trained by Mitchell York. And driven a victory in a time of 1:59, 4/5 by Dave Brickle. We have also the third official. The 1 Rock and Roll Cadence finished 4th. The 2 Archie Don't Speak was 3rd. The 3 Precious Chess finished 5th. And the 4 Artistic Spirit finished 2nd. The 5 Dream Dancing, the race winner. Cautions were opening quarter 29 and 4. They went by the half in a minute, 4/5. 3 quarters in 1:30 and 3/5. The time for the mile was 1:59 and 4. For the top down, it should read 4:35, 2, 1 on the bottom. The time for the mile was 1:59 and 4/5. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the horses on the track in Pittsburgh for the fourth race of the afternoon. This is the second of two divisions of the Pennsylvania Sire Stake for three-year-old pacing fillies in Group A. They go for a purse of $5,375. Number one, Ginger Tree Beagle, along with the Ginger Tree Ventures, and Open Standardbreds and Chazen Stable. Sam Beagle gets the call. The two, Voodoo Princess, owned by Quinn Hodel, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Sharon Donnell at Canonsburg, Pennsylvania, and VM Trump from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The driver's Eric Neal. 3, Silly but Serious, owned by Gary Johnston, Evans City, Pennsylvania, along with Joyce Bencart, Cranberry Township, Pennsylvania, and it is Sean Johnston at the wheel. The 4, Searchlight, owned by Dr. John Egloff, Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, Todd Shadle drives. And running at the field, number 5 is Lydia Hanover, owned by Johnny Chrysler, Myerstown, Pennsylvania, Corey Chrysler up the drive. Five three-year-old pacing fillies making their way to the backside where starter Junior Martin will sort them out and get them ready for the start. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here's where the battle begins. The pacing fillies slip into position, the gates in motion. From Morella, Ginger Sam Beagle alongside Eric Neal guides the 2, Voodoo Princess. In the middle, that's Silly but Serious for Sean Johnston. Further out, Searchlight wears the 4 for Todd Shadle. Out on the rim, Lydia Hanover and Corey Chrysler. The gate wheels into the stretch. 3-year-old pacing fillies side here in the great state of Pennsylvania, revved up, ready, not all from the center of the track. Searchlight got it for the lead. Ginger Tree carry down along the rail. These two dive into the turn together with Silly but Serious away third. And then it's Voodoo Princess, the early trailers, Lydia Hanover, as they skid off the turn into the backside, and Sam Beagle and Ginger Tree Carey come away with the lead. Searchlight content to draft along second in the early going here, followed by Silly but Serious third. 3 lanes further back, it's the Voodoo Princess, Lydia Hanover trails. Field bunches up a bit by the opening quarter. Ginger Tree Terry took him there. 29 and 3, sitting in that loose pocket. It's Searchlight. And Silly but Serious is well placed in third. Closing the gap fourth, that's Voodoo Princess and Lydia Hanover's at the end. 6 lanes front to back being led by Ginger Tree Carey, showing the way here with Searchlight, giving chase second. Silly but Serious taking a peek to the outside third. Then it's Voodoo Princess and Lydia Hanover. Single file by the stands, Ginger Tree Carey, Searchlight second. And now Silly but Serious takes a look to the outside, followed by Voodoo Princess slipping up the inside. Then it's Lydia Hanover. A half, 101, 1/5. Ginger Tree Carey, the whip is up on that one. Searchlights won't go away, right on the bumper second. Silly but Serious stalling a bit on the outside. 3 high and charging hard. Here comes Voodoo Princess, begging for room. Lydia Hanover like a swarm of bees down the backside, being led by Ginger Tree Carey. Searchlight is still second. And it's Ginger Tree Carey now up on the outside. Here comes Voodoo Princess turning up the heat, begging for a seam. That's Searchlight. And then it's Silly but Serious and Lydia Hanover. Ginger Tree Carey still showing the way, looking for room. That's Searchlight. Voodoo Princess is in with a chance. They're at the top of the stretch, and Ginger Tree Carey turns first. Voodoo Princess coming with a furious rally with Lydia Hanover. Searchlight on the inside, but Ginger Tree Carey hangs on.
one. One is the winner.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, up in front of stands the official winner of the fourth race wearing the red saddle pad, number 1. Please welcome Ginger Tree Carey. Sharp 3-year-old bay filly by Sweet Lou out of the good mare Ideal Weather. Owned by Sam Beagle, along with the Ginger Tree Ventures, Henlope and Standardbreds, and Chesson from Malvern, Pennsylvania. Trained by Sam Beagle and driven to victory in a time of 1:59, 1/5 by Sammy Beagle. He's also the fourth official, the 1 Ginger Tree Carey race winner. And the 2 Lulu Princess finished third. The 3 Silly But Serious was fifth. And the 4 Searchlight finished second. The 5 Iridia Hanover was fourth. Fractions are opening quarter in 29 and 3. They went by the half in 1:01, 1/5. 3 quarters in 1:30 and 1. Time for the mile 1:59 and 1. From the top down, it should read 1:35.24 on the bottom. The time for the mile 1:59, 1/5. Good afternoon. This is the first of two divisions of the Pennsylvania Sire State for three-year-old trotting fillies in Group A. First is $5,300. Number one, Plum, owned by Wade Brittingham and Field III, and it is David Wade in the sulky. The two is Cathedral Bell, owned by Thomas Bryce, Plumville, Pennsylvania, along with Charles Necessity from Indiana, Pennsylvania. Aaron Johnston gets the call. The three, Caramel Macchiato, owned by Richard and Regina Beinhauer, Venetia, Pennsylvania. The driver, Sean Johnston. Running out the field, number four, Blarney's Image, owned by Teresa Willibus, Churchill, Maryland. The driver is Brandon Smith. 4 3-year-old trotting fillies making their way to the backside. We'll start with Junior Martin. We'll sort them out. We'll get them ready for the start. Trotting fillies up and in position out of gates of motion. From the rail out, Plum for David Wade alongside Aaron Johnston guides the two, Cathedral Bell. Runway 3, Caramel Macchiato for Sean Johnston. Out on the rim comes Blarney's Image for Brandon Smith. 3-year-old trotting fillies are revved up and ready now. Here they come. And they're off. Sweet start. Plum down along the inside. Gunning for the lead. Cathedral Bell right alongside second. These two dive into the lower bend with Blarney's Image coming away third, and off stride as Caramel Macchiato, and now Cathedral Bell goes off stride as well. They move off the turn. The only one left standing is Plum and David Wade, all by himself there, trotting up a storm, by the way. Leads by some 30 lengths. The first one back trotting is Cathedral Bell for Aaron Johnston. And then it's Caramel Macchiato, and trying to regain her composure at the end is Blarney's Image. 30-1 for the opening quarter. David Wade, own little world out there, some 50 lengths to the good. I can't count them. But it's Plum, sharp-looking trotting filly here. Up on the front end, trying to cut into that lead a bit, gaining some ground. That's Cathedral Bell. Then it's Caramel Macchiato, and back trotting at the end is Blarney's Image. Scattered bunch by the stands the first time, being led here by Plum. David Wade taps the brakes a bit. Creeping closer in second, that is Cathedral Bell. That is Caramel Macchiato doing her best. And at the end is Blarney's Image. Half, 101, 4/5. Bounding along on the front end here is Plum for David Wade. A much closer second now. Cathedral Bell come a long way now, just maybe 8 lengths off of the lead and gaining. Then it's Caramel Macchiato being nudged along there third. Blarney's Image is at the end. Then midway down the backside, and Plum and David Wade continue to lead. The lead is still some 8 lanes. Cathedral Bell gliding along second for Aaron Johnston. Whoop is up on Caramel Macchiato, and Blarney's Image trails. 3/4 and 133 flat, and Plum, and Wade now finds the gas pedal, scoots off once again, and opens up maybe 15 lengths on Cathedral Bell. It's Plum and a lonely David Wade's led every step of the way. This is one sharp-looking filly, folks. Leads by some 15 at the top of the stretch. Cathedral Bell is second, and that's all she's going to be. This is Plum in front. The fifth race wearing the red saddle pad, number 1. This is one sharp filly, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome Plum. 3-year-old bay filly by Better Caviar out of the good mare Broadway Sox. Owned by David Wade, McMurray, Pennsylvania, G.W. Brittingham, Williamsburg, Virginia, along with W.F. Peel III, Potomac, Maryland. Trained by David Wade and driven to victory in the time of 2:03 and 2/5 by Dave Wade. The results are official. The 1 Plum, your race winner. The 2 Cathedral Bell finished second. 3 Caramel Macchiato is third, and the 4 Blarney's Image finished fourth. The fractions were opening quarter in 30 and 1. They went by the half in 1:01 and 4/5. 3/4 in 1:33, and time for the mile was 2:03 and 2. From the top down, it should read 1, 2, 3, 4 on the bottom. The time for the mile, 2:03 and 2. 4 3-year-old trotters weighing their first and only score. Here we get a good look at By a Thread Hanover being revved up by Todd Shadle. Eric Neal. He's got My Dolly Zet. Here we get a good look at Furious Fast for Sean Johnston. Last to score, Broadway K, Aaron Johnston. Short field of 4, 3-year-old trotting fillies making their way to the backside where starter Junior Martin will sort them out and get them ready for the start. Trotting fillies slip into position, navigates in motion. From the rail out, By a Thread Hanover for Todd Shadle alongside Sean Johnson. Got 2, that's Furious Fast. From runway 3 comes Broadway K for Aaron Johnston out on the rim. My Dolly Zet and Eric Neal. The gate swings into the stretch for starter Junior Martin, 2-year-old trotting filly side here in the great state of Pennsylvania. Revved up, ready, here they come. Now off that's By a Thread Hanover down along the inside. My Dolly Zet on the outside. These two go charging into the lower turn with Broadway K in third. And then a wild break at the end. That's Furious Fast. They skid around the turn. They're into the backside. By a Thread Hanover makes it to the lead there, being stalked by My Dolly Zet. 3 lanes back, trotting in third. That's Broadway K. And back trotting at the end with a lot of work to do. That's Furious Fast. Midway down the back lane the first time, and it is By a Thread Hanover. Todd Shadle up on the front here, and that's where they like it. My Dolly Zet got him sighted in second, 2 Miller back to Broadway K. 30-2 for the opening quarter, honest enough for By a Thread Hanover. My Dolly Zet gliding along right there with him in second, a closer third, that's Broadway K. And then way back, gaining ground some, is Furious Fast. They come by the stands the first time, and Todd Shadle and By a Thread Hanover up on the front enjoy about a 3-length lead over My Dolly Zet. Broadway K next in line third, and trying to get back into it fourth, that's Furious Fast. A minute 4/5 for the half. By a Thread Hanover pulling no punches here, continues to just pound it out on the front end here, opens up now 4 or 5 lengths on My Dolly Zet. Broadway K and a patient Aaron Johnson sitting chilly at the rail third, and then it's Furious Fast. They're midway down the backside. By a Thread Hanover extends that lead to some 8-10 lanes. Off the rail, charging up now, gaining some ground. It's Broadway K, My Dolly Zet back to third, and then it's Furious Fast. 3/4 in 1:30-3. By a Thread Hanover showing no signs of fatigue here. Midway down the back far turn there with a 10-length lead over Broadway K. Going the wrong way, that's My Dolly Zet. Furious Fast looking to take over the third spot here, but through the stretch, the lonely Todd Shadle and By a Thread Hanover all by himself in front. Broadway K is second. The battle will be for third between My Dolly Zet and Furious Fast. Todd Shadle, and driven to victory in a time of 2 minutes and 4/5 by Todd Shadle.
Thank you.
Results of the sixth official were won by a thread. Hanover, the race winner. The 2 Furious Fast finished 4th. 3 Broadway K was 2nd, and the 4 My Dolly Zet finished 3rd. The fractions opening quarter 30 and 2. They went by the half in a minute and 4/5. 3 quarters in 1:30 and 3. Time for the mile was 2 minutes and 4/5 from the top down. It should read 1:4:2, 3 on the bottom. The time for the mile is 2 minutes and 4/5. Deep in the three-quarters, Dracula's lit every step of the way, looking to go the distance here, off the pocket now. Here comes Shake and Go to argue the point. They're at the top of the stretch, and the leg-weary Dracula shortening up here. Shake and Go, charging hard. Chatty Devin in with a chance with the Hickory Maybell. Dracula on the inside. Shake and Go up on the outside. Racing Stable Incorporated, Rochester Mills, Pennsylvania. Sean Johnston picks up the drive here. Short field of 3 after the scratches. They'll score once, head right to the gate. Trotting fillies up and in position now to gates in motion. From the rail out, that's Meet Hanover for Tony Shadle. Alongside, Chinchilla Hanover wears the 3 for Todd Shadle. Out on the rim, number 6, Lindy Pretty Lady for Sean Johnston. The gate swings into the stretch for starter Junior Martin. Trotting fillies revved up, ready, here they come. They're off on the outside. That is Lindy Pretty Lady, Chinchilla Hanover to the inside. These two dive into the turn together with Meet Hanover away third. The issue's been settled in the early going here. Chinchilla Hanover up on the front. To the outside there to argue the point. That is Lindy Pretty Lady. These two match strides into the backside with Meet Hanover watching the action from third. And now the issue's been settled. It is Chinchilla Hanover makes it to the lead there. Content to draft along in the pocket second. Lindy Pretty Lady off stride. That was Meet Hanover. 31-1 for the opening quarter. Chinchilla Hanover showing the way. In the pocket second, that is Lindy Pretty Lady, and way back trotting again is Meet Hanover. Chinchilla Hanover dictates the fractions here. They appear to be honest enough. Tight length lead over Lindy Pretty Lady. Closing the gap a bit third, that is Meet Hanover as they make their way by the stands the first time. And it is Chinchilla Hanover up on the front here for Todd Shadle. Lindy Pretty Lady rages in the pocket there for Shawnee Johnston. A closer third is Meet Hanover. Half 103 2/5. Chinchilla Hanover got away with a breather there in the second quarter. Makes his way around the lower bend into the backside. The whip is up on Lindy Pretty Lady, who continues to draft along in the pocket second. Well within striking range now. Here comes Meet Hanover into the picture third. 5 lanes front to back being led by Chinchilla Hanover. Lindy Pretty Lady still second. Closing the gap third into Meet Hanover, gaining ground with every stride. They go by 3/4. Chinchilla Hanover. Lindy Pretty Lady pops the pocket now for Sean Johnston. 2 back to Meet Hanover. 3/4 and 135. Chinchilla Hanover with the rail, not the lead. Head up on the outside. Lindy Pretty Lady taking it to her. And then it's Meet Hanover is still in with a chance, about 2 lanes off third. Top of the lane, Lindy Pretty Lady turns first. Chinchilla Hanover trying to battle back on the inside. Is Lindy Pretty Lady short lead? Chinchilla Hanover, Lindy Pretty Lady. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the horses are on the track in post parade for the 9th race of the afternoon. This is the Pennsylvania Sire Stake for 3-year-old trotting colts in Group B, going for a purse of $2,750. Number 1 is Bomb-Proof Hanover, owned by Jason Fairman and Mike Halden. They're from Rochester Mills, Pennsylvania. Dave Brickle gets the call. The 2 is Mr. Tough, owned by Bob Key, Leechburg, Pennsylvania. Sean Johnston drives. 3 is Shipshape Hanover, owned by Dave Wisser and Rebecca Collin. They're from Albrightsville, Pennsylvania. Aaron Johnston will drive. Scratch the 4, Be Plosive Matter. Number 5 is Linda's Will, owned by Vicki Lynn Fair, Bedford, Pennsylvania, handled by Brandon Smith. Short field of 4, way on there, first and only score. Down towards the inside, we get a good look here at Bomb-Proof Hanover for Dave Brickle. Sean Johnston guides the 2, Mr. Tough. Brandon Smith on board Linda's Will. And last the score, Shipshape Hanover for Aaron Johnston. Trotting colts up and in position now to gate to motion. From the rail out, it's Bomb-Proof Hanover for David Brickle alongside Sean Johnston. Guides the 2, Mr. Tough. Runway 3, Shipshape Hanover for Aaron Johnston out on the rim. Linda's Will for Brandon Smith. And the gate swings into the stretch now for starter Clarence Martin Jr. 3-year-old trotting colts, sired here in the great state of Pennsylvania, revved up, ready, here they go. Off on the outside, that's Linda's Will, gunning for the front. Bomb-Proof Hanover down to the inside. These 2 into the turn together. Mr. Tough away 3rd. Off stride is Shipshape Hanover. They make their way around the lower bend, and Linda's Will, sharp looking trotter up here on the front, leads by some 4 or 5 lengths over Bomb-Proof Hanover. Mr. Tough is next in line 3rd. And trying to regain his composure at the end is Shipshape Hanover. Down the back lane the first time, and it is Linda's Will. Brandon Smith looking to tap the brakes here a bit. Creeping closer, second is Bomb-Proof Hanover. 29-4 for the opening quarter. Mr. Tough is next in line in 3rd. And back trying to get the end with a lot of work to do is Shipshape Hanover. They move off to the far turn into the stretch the first time. Linda's Will showing the way. Creeping closer in second, that is Bomb-Proof Hanover, maybe 6 lengths further back, Mr. Tough 3rd, and then way back, Shipshape Hanover. Here by the stands, and it is Linda's Will now right on his bumper. Second is Bomb-Proof Hanover. Mr. Tough about 6 lengths further back in 3rd, and Shipshape Hanover trails. For half a minute and 3/5, honest enough on the front end here. Linda's Will, the whip is up on that one, looking to get away from Bomb-Proof Hanover, who's stuck like glue. Closing the gap there a bit 3rd, that's Mr. Tough, and then it's Shipshape Hanover. Midway down the backside, Linda's Will, Brandon Smith wants a little more, might need it. Pop in the pocket, here comes Bomb-Proof Hanover to turn up the heat. It's Linda's Will on the inside, Bomb-Proof Hanover on the outside, and Bomb-Proof Hanover goes right on by. Linda's Will now back to second, and Mr. Tough getting busy there for Shawnee Johnston 3rd, and then it's Shipshape Hanover. 131, 4 for the 3/4, and it's Bomb-Proof Hanover now brings a 5-length lead to the top of the lane. Linda's Will trying to hang on to second. Mr. Tough is there to argue the point for Sean Johnston, but through the stretch, Bomb-Proof Hanover and Brickle wants more. Here comes Mr. Tough after him second in this bomb-proof Hanover with Mr. Tough is bomb-proof Hanover. Detonated, Sean Johnston. Merely Marvelous for Steve Cook. Quiet Long, Integer. Keystone Victor, Eric Neal. 5-3-year-old Todders making their way to the backside. Starter Junior Martin sorted out. He'll get him ready for the start. Starting Colts up in position out of gates in motion. From the rail out, it's Keystone Victor for Eric Neal alongside Hannah Gratz and two with the boys of summer. The runway 3, Merely Marvelous for Steve Cook alongside comes Wyatt Long on board Integer. Out on the rim, Detonated for Sean Johnston. The gate wheels into the stretch. 3-year-old Johnny Cook revved up, ready, get it up. Now, Merely Marvelous in the center track tries to lead with Integer alongside second. Keystone Victor down on the rail third. Detonated in the next air fourth, and the boys of summer trails. Make their way around the lower bend there, Merely Marvelous up on the front. Upstart goes Keystone Victor. Integer on to be second, with Detonated got third. And back trotting there, Keystone Victor, and at the end is boys of summer. But it's Merely Marvelous and Steve Cook up on the far all by herself here to lead us up 4 lengths. Rushing up into the pocket second, that is Keystone Victor, Detonated got third. And Integer away fourth with the boys of summer. 30-2 for the opening quarter. Merely Marvelous and Steve Cook calling his shots right on his bumper. Second comes Keystone Victor. Detonated next in line third, followed by Integer fourth, and the boys of summer tightly bunched field off the turn up in front of the stands the first time. Merely Marvelous pounding it out here for Stevie Cook. Keystone Victor got him sighted in second, followed by Detonated third. And it's Integer fourth underway from the back of the pack. It's the boys of summer. High up, 102, 2/5. Merely Marvelous bounding along here for Steve Cook. Can't shake Keystone Victor, stuck like glue. Whip is up on Detonated, trotting in third. Boys of summer stalling a bit on the outside. And hemmed in at the end is Integer. And they're into the back stretch. Merely Marvelous company calling Eric Neal pops the pocket with Keystone Victor and taking it to him. Detonated follows that move third. And then it's Integer and the boys in summer who are like a swarm of bees by 3/4. Merely Marvelous with the rail, not the lead. Keystone Victor can't seem to clear. 3 wide, tearing up some racetracks. Detonated. 133-3. It's Keystone Victor bracing for the challenge of Detonated, who now ranges up alongside, taking it to him for Shawnee Johnston. Merely Marvelous can't stay with him, looking for room. Is Integer at the top of the stretch. Keystone Victor battles back. Detonated trying to get back into it, but Keystone Victor under a stiff drive, and Keystone Victor prevails. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the horses on the track and post parade for the 11th race of the afternoon. This is the Pennsylvania Sire Stake for a 3-year-old pacing colt in Group B, going for a purse of $2,750. Number 1, Word Out, owned by Harold Brocklehurst, New Wilmington, Pennsylvania. Bryce Brocklehurst drives. The 2, Starter Ruckus, owned by Wayne Long and Joyce Langweaver. They're from Camden, Delaware, and it is Wayne Long at the wheel. The 3, You Comin', owned by Neal Racing Stable LLC, Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, and Kevin Neal from New Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Eric Neal gets the call. The 4 is Perfectly Said, owned by Eric Irving along with the General Stable. They're from Dallas, Pennsylvania, and it is Eric Irving in the sulky. And rounding out the field, number 5, Caffeine Buzz, owned by Roger Hammer, Bedford, Pennsylvania. The driver, Brandon Smith. 5 3-year-old. Alongside Wayne Long guides the 2, Starter Ruckus. The runway 3, You Comin' for Eric Neal alongside Perfectly Said and Eric Irving. Out on the rim, Caffeine Buzz for Brandon Smith. The gate swings into the stretch. 3-year-old pacing colt, revved up and ready now. Here they come. They're off on the far outside. Caffeine Buzz quickly away for the lead. Word Out down along the rail. Second, Perfectly Said, and drops in third. Starter Ruckus next in line, fourth with You Comin' at the end. As they skid around the low turn, they're into the backside the first time. Caffeine Buzz, Brandon Smith up on the front, and that's where he likes it. The whip is up on Word Out, closing the gap second, followed by Perfectly Said third. And 5 lanes further back, Starter Ruckus is fourth, the trailer You Comin'. And we go by the opening quarter and Caffeine Buzz. Brandon Smith taps the brakes here. Right there with him in second, Word Out. 31-1 for the opening quarter. Perfectly Said, got a good trip going there. Third, just 2.5 off of the leader. A closer fourth is Starter Ruckus and You Comin' at the end. Tightly bunched field now off the turn up in front of the stands. The first time being led by Caffeine Buzz. Word Out right there with him second. Perfectly Said and the patient Eric Irving next in line third. Starter Ruckus comes along fourth, and the trailer You Comin'. No change position as they go by the stands. Caffeine Buzz. Word Out stuck like glue with Eric Irving and Perfectly Said third. Wayne Long gets the notion, puts it in motion, and goes up after the leader with Starter Ruckus. Also on the move now, You Comin'. They went by the half in 104. Caffeine Buzz got a big breather there, being pressured now by Starter Ruckus coming to him. In the pocket third is Word Out. And then Perfectly Said underway. You Comin'. They're like a swarm of bees down the backside. Caffeine Buzz, the whip is up on that one. Short lead. Word Out in the pocket second. Starter Ruckus stalling a bit on the outside third. You Come In finds his best drive. Looking to swing 3 wide, begging for a seam. It's perfectly said. It's still Caffeine Buzz, the one to catch. Word Out is second, far outside. You Come In, chewing up a lot of racetrack. Top of the stretch, and it's the Caffeine Buzz. Word Out sneaks out from the back of the pack, and it's Caffeine Buzz with Word Out, Word Out. And now, ladies and gentlemen, after a well-deserved victory lap, up in front of the stand, the official winner of the 11th race, wearing the red saddle pad number 1. Please welcome Word Out. Sharp 3-year-old bay gelding by Well Said out of the good mare Twin B Tiara. Owned by Harold Brocklehurst, New Wilmington, Pennsylvania, trained by Harold Brocklehurst, and driven to victory in the time of 2:02 and 4/5. That's the first career victory for the one Word Out. The driver is Bryce Brocklehurst. Field for the final, up and in position, out of gates in motion. From the rail out, it's Hollowell Hanover for David Brickle alongside Eric Neal, guides the 2, Mo Murray Hanover. Runway 3, Papa Cheese for Aaron Johnston, out on the rim, guys in the band for Sean Johnston. The gate swings into the stretch for starter Clarence Martin Jr. 3-roll pacing Colts side here in the great state of Pennsylvania, revved up, ready, here it comes. They're off, guys in the band on the far outside with Papa Cheese. These two dive into the turn with Hollowell Hanover away in third. The early trailer here, Mo Murray Hanover, as they skid around the lower turn, and Papa Cheese and Aaron Thompson come away with the lead. Guys in the band dropped into the pocket second, closing the gap third, Hollowell Hanover, and the trailer, Mo Murray Hanover. And down the back lane the first time, Papa Cheese up on the front here for Aaron Johnston. Sean Johnston's got guys in the van in the pocket second with Hollowell Hanover closing the gap third, and inching closer at the end is Mo Murray Hanover. 30 seconds flat for the opening quarter. Papa Cheese showing the way with guys in the van that's got him sighted in second. Hollowell Hanover well within the chance now third, and closing the gap for 2 lanes more further back is Mo Murray Hanover. They move off the turn up in front of the stands the first time, and it is Papa Cheese up on the front with guys in the band stalking second. Hollowell Hanover, the patient Dave Brickle next in line third, closed up fourth. It's a Mo Murray Hanover. 101 flat for the half into the lower bend. Papa Cheese just gliding along here for Aaron Johnston. Guys in the band can right there with him in second with Hollowell Hanover, Mo Murray Hanover losing ground a bit third. Into the backside, and Papa Cheese continues to lead. And guys in the band get Nancy in the pocket second, and now Shawty takes a peek to the outside. Hollowell Hanover also on the move there for Davey Brickle. Mo Murray Hanover can't stay with him. They go by 3/4. 131 is Papa Cheese. Guys in the band popped the pocket, went nowhere. Hollowell Hanover is a length and a half further back in third. And Papa Cheese continues to lead under a drive now. Guys in the band, Hollowell Hanover looking 3 high and charging hard, but they're all chasing Papa Cheese, who's digging deep now for Aaron Johnston. Guys in the band can't get to him. Papa Cheese in front.